We are just 27 days away from night one of the 2026 NFL Draft. And on today's show, we're talking top 30 visits. Because since Joe Schoen has taken over as the general manager, these top 30 visits, they put color to the picture of what the Giants draft plans are. Appreciate everybody for clicking on today's show. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. We just dropped some brand new Abdul Carter merch. Go check it out. Go to chatsports.com/AC3. If you buy the four shirts in the next 24 hours, you're going to get $5 off. That's chatsports.com/AC3. Chatsports.com/AC3. Okay, the New York Giants already have a handful of top 30 visits scheduled. We've talked about a couple of them, but we have not talked about every single one, and more will start to trickle in as we actually get to draft month and continue to approach round one. Let's start with this. Since Joe Schoen has taken over as the Giants general manager, 2022 NFL Draft, 23, 24, and 25. In those four NFL drafts, the Giants have made 31 picks. Of those 31 selections, 16 of them have come in on top 30 visits, as well as Bryce Ford-Wheaton, who was an undrafted free agent. So if you go on a top 30 visit, that almost pretty much says you're on an exclusive draft board for the Giants. They are really, really interested in you. And you could potentially be an undrafted free agent, a priority undrafted free agent like Bryce Ford-Wheaton was for the Giants. You go back to the 2022 draft, the first one Joe Schoen had, Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal, Cordell Flott, Dane Belton, and DJ Davidson. So you get some first-round picks, you get a third-round pick in there, and as well as DJ Davidson, who was drafted late on day 3. In 2023, Deonte Banks, JMS, Jalen Hyatt, Trey Hawkins, and the UDFA Bryce Ford-Wheaton. In 2024, it was Malik Neighbors, Andrew Phillips, and Theo Johnson. In 2025, Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, Marcus Bowe, Corey Black, and Cam Scadaboo. Every single first-round pick that Joe Schoen has made as the general manager of the Giants has come in for a top 30 visit. And I remember Joe Schoen saying Jackson Dart was one of the earliest top 30 visits that we ever had. So that's why I think these are so important, and I'm ready to talk about them on today's show. I'm going to go over the ones we've already kind of spent time on, like KC Concepcion, the wide receiver out of Texas A&M. He's a player that they could look to target in round 2 with pick 37, explosive wide receiver. When he catches the football, which is a little bit of a problem for him, he can go the distance. He can make people miss. He can contribute as a punt returner, and he is special with the ball in his hands. Yards after the catch, broken tackles, and chunk plays are what his game is defined by. Makai Lemon, another wide receiver that's going to go in the first round. The Giants, I don't think, will take him with the number 5 pick, but if they do trade down, I think Lemon is on a really small list of potential trade down draft targets for the Giants. Primarily operates out of the slot. He plays a lot bigger than he is listed at when it comes to 5'11", or 6 feet. Strong hands. Thrives in contested catch situations. And this is so generic, but he's a gamer. He is someone that you want on your team when it is game day. He has a knack for making big-time plays. He can make plays after the catch. He can also take the top off the defense. I'm really high on Makai Lemon, and if the Giants do trade down, he is on a short list for me. Jeremiyah Love. That was actually the first known top 30 visit that the New York Giants had. It's already gone down. He's posted pictures of being inside the Giants facility, and I'm here to tell you, the Jeremiyah Love to the New York Giants talk, rumors, smoke, it's not smoke. It's real. The Giants already showed us that they want to invest in the running back position and upgrade it. It was reported by Jordan On that they gave a contract offer to Kenneth Walker in NFL free agency. Walker just chose the Kansas City Chiefs. But by doing so, the Giants have kind of showed their cards that they are interested in upgrading the running back position. And rumors are coming out today as well that the Jeremiyah Love to the Giants talk is only going to get stronger and stronger. I'm not against it. He's arguably the best offensive player in this class. Jeremiyah Love's a heck of a player, and I really like the idea of him and Cam Scadaboo being a 1-2 punch. One thing the Giants' run game lacked last year. Very efficient run game. Just wasn't explosive. Jeremiyah Love, that's what he specializes in. We know about all those. So let's start with the ones that we're learning about today, sort of. Arvell Reese, the linebacker for Ohio State, who is widely projected to be the number 2 pick by the New York Jets. He could play on the line of scrimmage. He could play off ball. Some people view him as an off-ball linebacker. Some people view him as someone that needs his hand in the dirt. And some people view him as someone that is just like a defensive chess piece that a smart defensive coordinator would move around to maximize him. Look, he was a game wrecker at Ohio State. I know some people are kind of hung up on what went down at the pro day, and he didn't look too good when it comes to his bend and being able to change direction and get it out of his cuts and showing off that burst. But you go watch any game, especially kind of in that first 75% of the season for Ohio State, like Arvell Reese is a stud. And if he does fall to number 5, which I don't think he's going to, I think he is going to be that number 2 overall pick. I think the Giants are seriously going to be interested in him, and I think that even opens up the door more so for Kayvon Thibodeau to be traded. So keep your eyes on Arvell Reese as a potential target for Big Blue. Also, Carnell Tate. We mentioned it on the live show on Thursday, I believe that was this week. That's when the Ohio State Pro Day went down. But he is also going to be having a top 30 visit with the Giants. Carnell Tate is arguably the best wide receiver in this class. 6'2", 6'3", can line up on the outside, could stretch the defense, really good in contested catch situations. Not a burner, not the most explosive guy, but he does not drop the football. He wins in 50-50 ball situations. And if you are a DB and you allow Carnell Tate to get on your toes, he's going to run right by you. He is your modern day outside wide receiver. He'd be a really good complement next to Malik Neighbors, someone that I think all Giants fans should keep an eye on, especially if they do trade down in round 1. So we've gone over Concepcion, Lemon, Reese, Love, and Carnell Tate. Here are some that have kind of gone under the radar. Let's start with offensive tackle Thaddeus Burke out of Memphis. This is one of the more intriguing players in the entire draft to me. 6'9", offensive tackle. He is a massive human being. And if I've learned anything since going and reaching out to people that covered John Harbaugh when he was a Baltimore Raven, or really just some of the moves that he's already made, like John Harbaugh wants to have a big football team. He wants to have a strong football team. And someone that is 6'9", 315 pounds like Thaddeus Burke, he fits the bill of what John Harbaugh wants in an offensive lineman. Burke essentially played both left tackle and right tackle for Memphis. In 2021, only played 29 snaps. In 2022, though, 334 snaps at right tackle, 551 at left tackle. Then in 2023, he primarily and really only played left tackle, had 3 snaps at right guard. In 2024, 741 snaps at left tackle, 18 at left guard, 4 at right tackle. And then in 2025, he really only played right tackle, 762 snaps there and 3 at left tackle. 84.5 offensive grade via PFF, 84.2 run blocking grade, 81.5 pass blocking grade. He had a 98.0 pass blocking efficiency. He allowed 13 pressures, 8 QB hurries, 2 quarterback hits, and 3 sacks. Very strong, very powerful. This is someone that I think that John Harbaugh is very seriously interested in taking. And he fits what John Harbaugh wants in an offensive lineman. I'm going to pull up the consensus NFL draft big board and see where he's kind of being slotted. You can get him late. He's ranked right now as the 354th offensive lineman, so that's a day 3 player. Thaddeus Burke, a top 30 visit for the Giants. It's noteworthy. Keep your eye on him. Another one that I want to talk about is the wide receiver, Ted Hurst, out of Georgia State. I watched his highlight tape a couple of days ago. I actually think I posted it on Twitter. Go check that out. Give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_. he pops off the page, ladies and gentlemen. He had an awesome season this past year. The thing you have to ask yourself is, was he just the best player on the field because it was Georgia State, or is he just a really good football player? I mean, he had some insane games. 10 grabs, 172 yards. Another game, 10 grabs, 165 yards. Had another game where it was 110 yards and 105 yards and 97 yards. 71 grabs for 999 yards and 6 touchdowns. This is someone that's also a downfield threat. 14.1 yards per catch. And he's someone that's starting to rise up NFL draft boards as well. Todd McShay, who right now is honestly one of my favorite people to listen to about the NFL draft, he has him rated inside his top 100. Overall, 75 on his big board, and he's the 15th best wide receiver according to him. He gets downfield, big playability, nice ball skills. He had a good week at the Senior Bowl as well. Day 2, maybe early day 3. Not day 2 for the Giants unless they trade back into round 3. But early day 3 is somewhere I could see Ted Hurst coming off the board. And he is officially a New York Giant draft target as he has had a top 30 visit. Last one we're going to talk about on today's show is Thaddeus Dixon, the defensive back out of North Carolina. Thaddeus Dixon played 397 total defensive snaps this year for North Carolina. He's primarily a corner. 290 snaps at the outside corner, 59 in the slot, 9 snaps at free safety, 33 in the box. Where does he rank on the consensus big board? Let's get a look at that. Late. 190. So you're looking at a guy that's a day 3 pick there as well. Some more advanced stats here for Thaddeus Dixon. He allowed this year 16 catches on 26 targets, completion percentage of 61.5. The year prior, though, when he was at Washington, he was better. He only allowed a completion percentage of 47.1 on 51 targets, which is pretty damn good. What's the yardage looking like? 244 yards this year, 239 yards last year, 1 touchdown allowed this year, 2 last year, an NFL passer rating of 105.3 when he was targeted in coverage, but 65.7 in 2024. And he's a big corner as well, 6'1", 185 pounds, fits the bill of what John Harbaugh wants in a quarter. Long, lanky, long arms, can press and play man coverage. Thaddeus Dixon, Carnell, Tate, Ted Hurst, Travis Burke, Jeremiyah Love, Arvell, Reese, Makai Lemon, and KC Concepcion. Those are the top 30 visits that we know today, as it is March 27th, a little Friday night New York Giants Now action. Hopefully everybody appreciated the show. As these continue to roll in, we'll continue to tell you about them, and they're important. Think about it like this. 31 total picks. 31 total draft picks by Joe Schoen. 17 of them have been top 30 visits, and those are only the reported top 30 visits. They don't always get reported, so more could be coming, and it's definitely something that I think is important with Joe Schoen. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Let's go Giants.